and is like, oh, you're just using me for a prom date. Yes, yes, I was using you for a prom date, nigga, and you failed.
So pretty, pretty little lady, little lady. Oh, pretty little lady, little lady. Pretty. I tried to put her on, but she already made it. Made it. Pretty little lady, little lady.
Period. They said it's my fault, it's my heart, I wear my heart on my sleeve. Heart on this, but I can't breathe. Hey y'all, it's me. I am back. I'm better than ever. It's probably been like a week. It hasn't been that long, but I feel like I haven't done a YouTube video in forever. So here we are back at it again. My name is Kiara Cornelius. If you are new to my channel, like, comment, and subscribe down below. I keep messing with this chair. I don't know, but I have bars. Period. Now you're looking at me like, bitch, like, you got this new hair going on. What is this background? I'm in my basement. Okay, I'm in my basement. I got this new hair. Let me know how y'all feel about it. So today is gonna be a story time, and I thought, you know, this would be the best time to talk about this story because it's April, and since everybody's in quarantine right now, nobody's having prom, and my prom was in April, so I think this is the best time to put this horrible information out there. Let's get started, right? So this is my junior year. I just recently moved from Hawaii, so I'm moving like my 20th time, right? So I moved from Hawaii to North Carolina, Charlotte 704. What's up, gang, gang? Whatever, like, and so I'm going to this new private school because my mom didn't want me to go to the school I was zoned for because it was a little ghetto, okay? And so she was like, I want you to graduate, sis. So here I am in this little private school, peppy private school. It was one of those white, rich private schools, okay? That's all I gotta say about it. So there's probably maybe 5 black people that go there. I'm being dramatic, but not that dramatic, okay? I'm not being that dramatic. So point is, not a lot of black people there. People are raised into the school, so you can be at the school at kindergarten all the way up until 12th grade. So there is no like experiences and life-changing stuff. Like, everyone knows each other from kindergarten all the way up to like senior year. So I move in here, and of course all of the black guys are trying to talk to me because they've been around the same girls forever, okay? So, you know, I meet this one dude, right? And we start liking each other, and we start talking, and eventually we start dating. I'm not gonna get into the nitty gritty of how he fucking made me feel. We're gonna get into that in a different story time. That's not the story time. So, fast forward, right? So me and him are dating. Everybody knows we're dating. Cool. Cheer season was over. Now it's coming to winter season, and he convinced me to do track. I was never a track girl. I was like, I'm not about to do track and run, like, for fun? Because, for what? Like, no. For fun, couldn't be me. But guess who was running because their boyfriend was running too? Me. Dumb bitch. Put it on my forehead. Okay? So, you know, I decided to do track, and I was like, you know, this is a good way to stay in shape and stuff. So mind you, we started dating around November-ish, you know, around my birthday. And around December, he was talking to me about what we're gonna wear for prom and stuff. And mind you, prom is in April, okay? Prom is in April. And he was like, yeah, you know, we should wear red, we should do this, we should do that, because, you know, this is his last prom. He's a senior, okay? And I'm like, okay, cool, fantastic. Like, I have a prom date. Like, look at me, like, the bitch I always wanted to be, because when I was little, I always wanted to be that cool, popular bitch in high school that had a boyfriend and shit. Why? Don't know. But anyway. So I was like, wow, this is gonna be me. I'm living my dream, right? So fast forward a couple months, right? We're still together, okay? We're still together. And it's March now. It's March now. So what are we at? We're a month away from prom, right? So everyone's, picking their prom dates, and people are asking people to prom, and people are already paying for shit, and like people are getting their party buses together. So it's a big thing, right? It's a huge thing. And, one day, un día, he's kind of started acting distant. Like, he wasn't texting me as much as he used to. He wasn't really saying I love you and all that kind of stuff. And I mean, like, I was young, so I was like, okay, like, he doesn't have to, but I'm like, he's acting a little different. So I was like, maybe it's because we haven't hung out a lot or something. So I'm gonna try and, try to reach out to him because, he's acting weird this week and like what's his problem. So I asked him if he wanted to hang out the weekend coming up, and he was like, yes, I would love to hang out, blah blah, right? Cool. Now mind you, we usually had track meets during the week, right? So most of our track meets were during the week because we were a private school, and most of the private school track meets were in the week. And then we also sometimes got invited to invitationals where we get to compete in a track meet with public schools, right? So this week we had a track meet on Wednesday and we had a track meet on Saturday. Very important. So our Wednesday track meet comes up. My boyfriend during the track meet decides to like not talk to me, like completely ignore me. Like I would come up to him and try to talk to him, he would kind of like walk away, and then his friends would be like, oh, he's just like trying to get into the zone, because he was a good runner. So I was like, okay, let me back off a little bit because he is, trying to focus for these races, and like, I do this shit for fun, but like he likes to do this, so I can understand why he would want to improve and all that kind of stuff. So I'm gonna back off. But I see him and his friends going to this other track team, right? And he was talking to this girl. Now, I am a little confused because I'm like, so you can talk to them, but you can't talk to your girlfriend? The girl that drives you around because you crashed your car? Anyway, that's besides the point. Another story, another time. And so I'm getting a little bit like angsty because she's a real good track runner. She's also a senior. So I'm like, hold on, like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? I would love to know what you're doing, because why are you talking to her and not me? But I let it slide, okay? I was talking shit, like, to my friends, like, what the fuck is he talking to her for? Like, what the fuck? But I let it slide, I let it chill, because I was like, we're gonna hang out this weekend, like, it's not even that big of a deal. So our track meet is on this Saturday. We had our track meet on the Wednesday, now we had the track meet on Saturday. So, on Friday we had practice, right? Every day class gets out at 3:15. Now, our practice starts at 3:30 down at the field. So obviously you have 15 minutes to get ready and dressed and run. So basically as soon as you get out of class you better run and book it, because you have to change your clothes and go down there. So I go talk to him because, like I said, he's still being very, very distant, right? So I find him after class really quick, and I ask him, I'm like, oh, like, are you still ready to hang out this weekend, right? And he says, out of nowhere, I think we would just be better off as friends. Okay. So I'm not going to sit here and argue with you because I still have to go get ready for practice. And I'm the kind of girl that's not going to show you any emotion to your face, because what do I look like showing you emotion? Like, no. I literally looked at him and I was like, okay. And I walked away and I went and I got changed, right? So mind you, 15 minutes. So this happened in 15 minutes. He told me he basically broke up with me, and I went and changed and went down to the field. So tell me why, by the time I get down to the field, why does every single person on the track team know that we broke up? People he doesn't even talk to, people who are not even his friends, know that we broke up. Like, you felt the need to tell every single person that breathes that we broke up in the span of 15 minutes? Are you dead ass? Like, that's insane. And so he has the nerve to call me and asked me why am I mad at him? Why am I mad at you? Why am I mad at you? You broke up with me for what? Prom is in a month. Prom is in a month. So I asked him, like, what was the reason?
What was the reason?
And he said, because I'm going to go to college. Really? Because you're going to go to college? Well, for one, remember when you told me that you wanted to stay with me even though you were going to college and that we were forever? Remember that? And two, do you also remember the fact that prom is in a fucking month? You can break up with me after prom. Like, are you serious? So I was like, are we still gonna go to prom together? And he was like, yeah, that's fine. Like, we can go to prom together. So I'm like, okay. Mind you, the party bus would be all seniors because his friend group and stuff were all seniors. So I'd be with all of them. So I was asking one of the seniors, like, oh yeah, but the party bus, and she was like, oh, he didn't put your name. He didn't say he was taking you. I'm sorry? Then who is he taking? And she mentions the girl that he was talking to at the track meet. I'm sorry? So I'm looking at him like, so you better take her? You're gonna take her to prom? You're gonna take her to prom? He was like, I mean, I haven't decided yet. Oh, you haven't decided yet. Mind you, I'm still taking this dude home from school 30 minutes to his house because his car was broken and his house was 30 minutes away from my house. So I'm driving an hour every day for this dude. For what? He has me fucked up. I look stupid. I look absolutely dumb.
So dumb. You are really dumb. For real.
I'm going to find a nigga, okay? And he's gonna see how bad I turn out. Watch. So I'm going through my list, and I didn't even care if I had a romantic connection with these dudes. I didn't care. I just needed someone who was fine, that was better than him, bigger than him, so that I could stunt, okay? I met this one dude, okay? And he was in college. Now, he was like 20 at the time. I was 17. No, I wasn't. I was not 17. I was 16 years old and he was 20. It's fine. I'm fine. It's okay. We didn't do anything. We did not do anything. But he was 20, right? So I'm, in my head, about to get me a college boy in here. Y'all can't stop me. Now, looking back at it, knowing that I'm going to be 20 soon, the thought of me talking to someone who is 16 grosses me the fuck out. Me talking to someone who is a year younger than me grosses me out. So I can't even believe. But, hey, whatever. At the time, I thought I was popping. I asked him, I was like, do you want to, like, come to my prom? I was like, I'll even pay for everything. All you have to do is get a tux. That's it. Mind you, our prom was super expensive, like $98 per person. So I was like, I will pay for it. All you have to do is show up. That's all you gotta do, okay? And he was like, that's cool. So I went with him to get a customized tux, right? And so since it was like maybe 2 weeks out of my prom, he had to get the tux rushed, right? So I paid $20 for the tux to get rushed, right? So, I'm telling everybody, yeah, like, I'm bringing this boy, like, he's a college boy. Like, I was like, this is gonna be perfect. Right? Wrong. 2 days before my prom, right? 2 days. He tells me he can't come. He says he can't come to my prom 2 days before my prom. And I ask him why, and he says, oh, I can't go to 2 proms. I'm sorry. I'm like, what do you mean? And he was like, oh, I promised this other girl that I would go to her prom. Mind you, this bitch's prom is in May. It's April. Are you serious? Like, whatever your reasoning is bullshit. Like, you could have just definitely told me that you didn't want to go in the first place and I could have found somebody else. So then he gets mad at me and is like, oh, you're just using me for a prom date. Yes, I was using you for a prom date, nigga, and you failed. So obviously, everything is still paid for 2 people, so I had to find somebody to fill that slot in, right? So I'm staying up late. Me and my best friend are staying up late trying to find me a nigga, basically. Like, at this point, I was like, I don't even care what he looks like. I just need somebody. My best friend, he found his cousin, right? So he was like, oh, my cousin, he could be your prom date. He would do anything for me, right? And so I was like, send me a picture of what he looks like, because I just gotta know, right? This dude was tall, light skin. He was fine. Okay, I was like, hold on. He was a little skinny, but he was fine. So prom day comes, you know, I'm getting my nails done, I'm getting my hair done, my makeup done. So I drive myself to prom at this point, because I'm like, at this point, I don't even care. Like, I just need to get there, okay? And, you know, I get there, I'm waiting for people to come, but I don't want to go inside until my date gets there, right? Cool. So, I'm waiting for my date, and so I keep calling my friend, and I'm like, yo, where's your cousin? Like, oh, well, he just sent me a Snapchat of him in the car, so he should be on his way, blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, okay, cool, great. I'm still waiting outside, and it's been like maybe like 20 minutes now, and the teachers are coming and asking me like, oh, are you okay? Are you good? I'm like, yes, it's fine, thank you, leave me alone. Like, I'm waiting for my date, thanks. Like, leave me alone. I appreciate it. Like I said, so I'm still waiting. It's probably like 20 more minutes later, and the teacher's like, oh, you know, are you sure he's coming? I'm like, he's coming, says. My friend tells me over the phone, oh, his mom just called me and told me that he got in a car accident. So I'm sitting there like, okay, but can he still get here? Like, what? And he was like, his shoulder popped out of socket. I'm like, okay, but can they pop it back in and bring him over here? Like, I just don't, like, now, obviously, that's terrible, and I should have, you know, but at the time, I was just so frustrated because God did not want me to have a prom date. I don't understand why, but he was not messing with me having a prom date. So I walk in, right, and mind you, like I said, I was telling everybody that I was bringing someone, right? So I get in, and all the little fucking rich ass bitches were looking at me talking about some, oh, where's your date? Where's the date we were talking about? I'm like, in the fucking hospital, bitch. In the hospital, okay? In the hospital. He's in the hospital. Have some fucking sympathy. So I'm sitting at the table by myself, looking like a dumb bitch, like pissed as hell, while everybody else has their little date. Yeah, everyone has their little date, and I'm sitting here with my empty chair like, this is crazy. Like, that is so insane. I didn't even get to take pictures. I didn't get to do anything. Like, I was literally looking fucking sick. Tell me why my ex-boyfriend at the time he shows up and he doesn't even have his date. He didn't even bring a date. And then has the nerve to try to talk to me at the prom, talking about I should have just brought you as my date. You don't say. Like, oh, word. But all I gotta say, fuck that nigga, fuck that nigga, fuck that nigga, fuck that nigga, ooh, fuck that nigga, But yeah, I went through it. That's the story time. Hope you guys found it enjoyable. I'm so sorry to all of the seniors that will not be getting a prom this semester. Like I said, my name is Kiara Cornelius. You can follow my socials in the description and also at the end of this video. And I will see you guys next time. Mwah!